All right, so we're going to jump right into it, and I'm going to talk fast so you have trouble watching this on double speed. The idea here is solving equations. We're still working on it. I want you to pause the video and try this one on your own. Ready? Go. All right. So start by taking this problem and distributing the 8 and distributing the negative sign. That's a big mistake in algebra that we make. So we get 56 plus 56r minus 4r and then minus 6. Collecting like terms on the same side of the equation, I get 50 here. That's 56 minus 6. And here I get 52r. Now, subtract 50 from both sides. When I subtract 50 from both sides, I get 0 equals 52 times something. If 52 times something is 0, I'm pretty sure that thing is equal to 0. You could just divide both sides by 52, and 0 divided by anything is r. Got to be careful with 0. One of the big things, any 0 divided by anything, any number, is equal to 0. What times this number gives you 0? Oh, 0 does. But a number divided by 0 is what we call undefined. And the reason it's undefined is that if there were an answer, say that a number divided by 0 equaled a, then what that means literally is that 0 times a equals that number. And that's impossible. The reason we can't divide by 0 is there's nothing that if you multiply it by 0, you would get this number. So again, working on solving equations, the only way this gets harder is when we have a bunch of fractions. So take a look at this one. Kind of messy, but I'm making it look messy on purpose to show you how easy algebra is. All right. So this one I'm not going to have you do on your own. I mean, you're welcome to pause the video and then check to see if you did it right, but I'm just going to walk through this one. Start by getting rid of any parenthesis and just distributing the numbers in front if you want. So I need to distribute this. Again, when I distribute it, I'm going to think of this instead of a minus 2/3, I'm going to think of it as plus a negative, so I'm distributing a negative number. So I get negative 8/3 minus 1/2 x equals negative 4/3 x plus negative 2/3 times negative 13/4 x. That's going to be positive 26 twelfths, but let's reduce. Sorry, 2 goes into 4 2 times. So that's positive 13 6x minus 2/3. So the 2 that canceled with this 4, there's no 4 down here, so it doesn't cancel again. All right, at this point, I want you to look closely at every denominator. We've got a 3, a 2, a 3, a 6, and a 3. So you don't have to repeat numbers. I have a 3, a 2, a 3 I've already listed, a 6, and a 3 I've already listed. I think about the lowest common denominator, the smallest number that is divisible by all 3 of these factors. And the answer is 6. So I'm going to multiply everything in this equation by 6. So if it's a number in this equation, I'm going to multiply it by 6. So I get 6 times negative 8/3 minus 6 times 1/2 x equals 6 times negative 4/3 x plus 6 times 13x over 6, and then minus 6 times 2/3. So now, working through this problem, 3 goes into 6 twice, 2 goes into 6 3 times, 3 goes into 6 twice, 6 goes into 6 once, 3 goes into 6 twice. If you don't get the denominators to cancel every time, then you did this one wrong. You didn't find the right lowest common denominator. Now I do the algebra. 2 times negative 8, negative 16. 3 times 1, minus 3x. 2 times negative 4, negative 8x. Plus 13x, because I'm left with a 1 times 13. And then minus 2 times 2, which is 4. At this point, we collect like terms. Negative 16 minus 3x equals 5x minus 4. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. I'm going to add 3x to both sides. I'm going to get negative 12 equals 8x. Now I'm going to solve for x dividing both sides by 8 or multiplying by 1/8. And I'm going to get x is equal to negative 12 over 8. I'm going to reduce that by a factor of 4 and call it negative 3 over 2. Now looking at this equation here in the blue, that looked a lot like the first equation we did, and that's a lot easier than this mess up here. That's it for your video. Finish any work that's missing, study for your quiz. You got lots of classwork tomorrow. If you want to start it tonight, you can, but remember, I think an hour and a half of class is plenty of time.